Dada Sham, everyone. Bridge Builders is the youth wing of the Sadhu Vaswani mission, engaged in a broad spectrum of youth and community development programs, inclusive but not limited to old age homes, orphanages, environment, and many such initiatives. With the motto Hope, Help, Heal, and the vision to live for others, not alone for self, this group carries out extensive activities in this sphere. You need to be the change that you wish to see. It is headquartered in Pune, Maharashtra, and has several national and international centers. Acclaimed as a brilliant writer, poet, and educationist, Dada J.P. Vaswani is an amazing human being, a scientist turned philosopher who has dedicated his life to the service of humanity. The spiritual head and the inspiring force behind the internationally renowned Sadhu Vaswani mission. He has been described as the perfect disciple who had made it his life's mission to spread the message of his master to aspirants all over the world. For Dada J.P. Vaswani, spirituality is not a concept or a theory, it's an experience, a reality which comes to us as a gift of God. His brand of spirituality is not a matter of words, but of deeds of daily life. For Dada is a firm believer in the universal religion of love, unity, brotherhood, and service to humanity. Dada is the author of over 150 books, which also have run into multiple editions and translated into several world languages. An academic high achiever himself, Dada is also an eminent educationist who believes that true education, new education, which is based on spiritual unfolding and a training of the hand, head, and heart of children, can transform the world we live in by making our youngsters sensitive and receptive to their roles as builders of the futures of the nation. As the ever youthful, ever loving, ever compassionate saint, we can say that there is hardly any area of social endeavor which has not been transformed by his commitment to serve. Under his wise guidance, the Sadhu Vaswani mission has made dedicated and sustained efforts to offer various service programs. He will continue to be the driving force behind every step we take. In fact, even today, it is with his guidance that we're able to do this event. He's the celestial host who's looking upon us as we carry forward his teachings. In connection with Dada J.P. Vaswani's 102nd birthday celebrations, Bridge Builders decided to bring you Mindful or Mindful series. Why mindfulness? Dada always said, be aware that every breath of life is precious. Spend every moment in the consciousness that life is a gift of God. And we wish to carry forward this thought, this legacy of Dada. Learn from his teachings and apply it in our lives. Wherever you are, be there totally. Be mindful of each thought, each word, each action. This comes with practice. And today we're bringing you the first tool that helps you in the process of being mindful. Yoga. Thank you to viewers across the world for your willingness to adopt mindful ways of living. T.P. Krishna Kumari Thadani has the rare distinction of having had the personal company of two saints, Sadhu Vaswani and Dada J.P. Vaswani. Now, as the working chairperson of Sadhu Vaswani Mission, she oversees their legacy and work in a selfless life of utter dedication and seva. Dada is the source of light, and Didi is the brightest dream. No talk is complete without my favorite, our favorite, Didi. I invite Didi to please address the viewers and share her guidance.
Dada Sham, each and every one of you, I'm so happy that the Bridge Builders of Pune have organized this wonderful workshop on mindful or mindful. Yes, it is true that life for all of us has changed. The pandemic, the lockdown has made some of us understand what are our strengths and what are our weaknesses, isn't it? Because we have got time to spend with ourselves. So we have understood what are our strengths and what are our weaknesses. But the question arises, how do we take on to new challenges that stand ahead of us? Beloved Dada has given us the triple gift of hope, of faith, and of optimism, which, if we use, we can tide over any challenge, any crisis, any difficulty with courage and with confidence. When I think of the word mindful, a quotation from the Bhagavad Gita immediately comes to my mind. The quotation says, "The mind can be your best friend, or it can be your worst enemy. It depends on how you discipline the mind and use it to grow, to become better human beings." When we talk about disciplining the mind, the first thing, the very first thing that comes to our mind is yoga and meditation. Yoga not only helps you to make your body healthy, your mind disciplined and focused, but it unites you with the Supreme. It unites your spirit with the Supreme. And isn't that the purpose of the life of each and every one of us? Let me tell you a small incident from our life, from the life of our beloved Dada. A person comes to beloved Dada and he says, "Why is it that I am so unhappy? I'm healthy, I'm wise, I'm gifted, and believe me, I have traveled almost to every corner of the world, but still my life is so miserable." And what does Dada tell him? "Yes, I understand that you're healthy, that you're wealthy, that you're gifted, and you have traveled so much. But you just make one mistake. What is it? Wherever you go, you carry yourself with you. And that is the cause of your misery. It is because our mind is attached to our body and senses. Therefore, we lead miserable lives. If the mind is detached and it associates itself with the spirit, then we would live truly peaceful and happy lives. Isn't it? What is the definition of yoga? What is yoga? This was the question which we asked our beloved master, our beloved Dada. And on different occasions, on every occasion, he gave us a different answer. And on this particular occasion, what did he say to us? To me, yoga is to do my duty. And in the midst of all difficulties and dangers, to have peace within. Just imagine, in the midst of all difficulties and dangers, to have peace within. Storms may blow around you, yet you do not lose your inner peace. Is this not what we all are seeking today, especially during these times? Isn't this the one urgent need? Isn't this the one call of every heart? Beloved Dada himself was a true yogi. He was a Yug Purush. Not only did he live in the world, but he lived in the world, but he was not of the world. He did not allow worldliness to enter. Living, moving, speaking, talking amidst us, yet detached, completely detached in spirit. His body, his mind were focused, were disciplined. His body and mind were united with God. He did his duty and more. He gave unconditional love, unconditional service to each and every one. And he was steadfast. No one, no circumstance could shake his steadfastness. Not only was he steadfast, not only was he balanced, but in his presence we experienced peace and true tranquility. And he lived the words of his favorite prayer: in pleasure and pain, in loss and gain, in joy and sorrow, thy will be done, beloved, thy will be done. Time fails me, but not incidents from his life. Yet I will just narrate one more incident before I close. Beloved Dada was still a youth. He was just around 17 or 18 years old when his master, revered Sadhu Vaswani, asked him, "My beloved child, can you tell me what is the deepest aspiration of your heart?" And what does beloved Dada say? The deepest aspiration of my heart is to experience samadhi. I want to see God face to face. And what does his master tell him? Yes, I too want you to experience samadhi. I too want you to have a vision of God. But I want you to have a vision of God with open eyes. You must, with open eyes, see God in everything around you, in men and in creatures, in every atom of an atom, and in the Atman within. And I must tell you that to the letter, beloved Dada lived so. He saw God, he beheld God. To him, everyone was a living, moving picture of God. He saw the presence of God in everything around him. Not only that, in his presence, as I said, we beheld the face of God. To us, he himself was God. The essence of beloved Dada's life, what was it? To see God in all. And he ignited that spark of divinity in the lives of millions, not only who came in contact with him, but even in the lives of millions whom his light reached. Let us bow down to him and seek his blessings on this sacred day. And I breathe out this aspiration, this little aspiration, that let yoga lead us to mindfulness, to higher consciousness, to oneness, which is the goal and the purpose of the life of each and every one of us. Dada Shah.
Thank you, Didi. As usual, you have helped us get a proper direction, a proper vision, and a proper focus for this session that is coming up. And now I can say that we're ready for this event. Are you all ready to get yoga maximized, youth optimized, get Mickey-mized? On the eve of International Yoga Day, Bridge Builders brings to you Get Yoga Lit with Dr. Mickey Mehta, the first workshop in the Mindful or Mindful series. Dr. Mickey Mehta is the recipient of the Health and Wellness Icon of India Award by Economic Times and is among the 100 most impactful wellness leaders of the world, as announced at the Global Wellness Conclave 2018. Well, this is just the tip of the iceberg. He's a brand, an institute, a legend. And let me not say more, but show you this particular visual that speaks more than words. Can we have the AV, please?
Get maximized, your get optimized, your get naturalized, exercise, let your life get Mickey-mized, 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 Mickey Mehta's, your workouts.
The global leading holistic health guru, भारत में इक्विपमेंट फ्री ट्रेनिंग के अग्रदूत, 24 घंटों में स्विमिंग सिखाने के विश्व रिकॉर्ड होल्डर, भारतीय टेलीविजन और रेडियो पर वेलनेस को लाने वाले पहले शख्स, वेलनेस जॉनर में सोशल मीडिया की बादशाह, होलिस्टिक हेल्थ कैटेगरी में विकिपीडिया पर आने वाले एकमात्र एशियन जिन्होंने ट्रेन किया है बॉलीवुड के सितारों को, बड़े बड़े रईसों को, जाने माने नेताओं को और मुंबई पुलिस को, जिन्होंने भारत को कई मिस वर्ल्ड और मिस यूनिवर्स दिए, भारत के सबसे बड़े होलिस्टिक हेल्थ पोर्टल के संचालक, an author, a philosopher, an institution, the brand, the dream life coach, the legendary Mickey Mehta.
Well, I am totally Mickey-mized. Mickey sir, how about you give us an insight into what to expect today before we start the session?
You know, I'm a little short of words. Heart is a little heavy because whatever Dada Vaswani ji has done for this mission and for the students and for the world, I'm completely humbled. And of course, whatever Didi, the words she spoke, I can't see her on the screen now, but the words that she spoke really touched my heart. So, let me tell you a couple of things.
Sure.
That, you know, that you are alive is yoga happening to you now. But that you don't realize that yoga is not that yoga is happening, you are not alive consciously. You got the paradox?
Yes.
That you are alive is yoga happening to you, but you not realizing that you are alive, then yoga is not happening to you.
Wow.
So that is the difference between mindful and mindful. So empty the mind of the junk and fill it up with the light of Dada Vaswani ji. How's that? How's that?
Well said.
How's that for starters?
You just beautifully blended the two main concepts for today, which is Dada's vision and the vision of yoga.
Now let me come to most important thing.
Yes.
My speciality of yoga, which you will see next week, is connecting every posture with a philosophy and science. So let me tell you one thing, that you know the first thing what I normally do in yoga is Paschimottanasana. And ask me why. So first I get my hands up,
Huh.
infinity, eternity, and then I bow down and put my head to the knees, annihilating my ego completely. Breathe out my ego, that I am nothing. Yoga is everything. The principle of joining is everything.
Yes.
Forget being a soul also.
Wow.
So that's number one. Number two, you know the second posture which I always do in yoga is I get into Sarvangasana and I say the flame of consciousness should always burn bright.
Yeah.
And from that I get into Halasana and then I say we must bend backwards to heal ourselves, because Halasana literally squeezes out all the toxins from your organs and gets them into mainstream of elimination. So I will speak about all the 5 vayus and the functions.
Oh, wow.
So Apan Vayu, it supports Apan Vayu and also drain of the lymph nodes technically.
Right.
So after Halasana, then I normally, my most favorite asana, you will know later, is Karnapidasana. Karnapidasana. Now in Karnapidasana, you know why do we have ears on our sides and not in the front? So that we have 360-degree perception.
Correct.
So Karnapidasana is not only for the disease of the ears, it is to purify your ability to listen. It is not hearing, it is listening. So in Karnapidasana, typically when you squeeze your complete body and your knees come to your ears, so you become one with gravity at that time. Number two, what happens is that your Mooladhara from top to down to the head opens up naturally. It is not holding on to anything. The let go of the energy of gravity which is pulling you down, surging towards your head, moving towards your Agyan chakra. So all the awareness and the subtle stimulation to all the chakras happen at that time, same time. And at that time, when you become a ball, you become a circle, you become a samsara. And you subscribe or ascribe to unity, infinity, eternity at the same time.
Wow.
Then after that, you come back and you do a joining namaste with your legs closed like this.
Yes, that's right.
Then you hold your toes and open up your legs to tell the world and to tell yourself that as your body opens up, your mind opens up too. So an open and an agile body is an open and an agile mind. So what happens that when you're mindful, you always say, why not? But when your mind is full, you always ask why. Because
Yeah.
so typically, I would say that empty the mind and mind the emptiness. Now, this is a very wonderful line I've taken from Zen, Tao. Empty the mind and mind the emptiness. Just let there be pure light of awareness and the guidance of Dada Vaswaniji.
Absolutely.
And absolutely, you know, I always believe in one thing, children, that there is a principle and theory of pantheism. Pantheism does not put any label to spirituality. Pantheism is the universal phenomena, source of creation, and the beauty of creativity. And there is another philosophy which is very similar, which is called epistemological humility, which means you are in deep wonderment of nature. That
Yes.
how do the roots grow so deep?
Correct.
And because of that, the fruits become so sweet.
Oh, wow.
How do the roots grow so deep? And because of that, the fruits become so sweet. So it is the roots, the darkness which we should turn around into. And this darkness inside is actually light. And
Beautiful.
darkness is the source of every existence. Even before Big Bang, there was darkness.
Yes.
Even before a rose blossoms in the morning, there is darkness. Human beings are seeded in darkness. The seeds in the earth, when they are sowed, it is dark inside.
Wow.
So darkness is your true reality, and that is the constant. Light comes and goes.
That is just such a beautiful perspective. I haven't personally heard something like this, but it completely resonates with me right now. It's absolutely fantastic to hear that darkness is what we are born from, and how we really need to accept that the light keeps coming in at our vibrational frequencies. And it's beautiful, Dr. Mickey Mehta, that you shared this with us. Before we take the session further, I think it's only right and apt to show you Dada's thoughts and
Please, please,
talk
please,
on the
please.
true purpose of yoga. Can we have that, AV, please?
You should have shown his AV first,
I had to introduce you.
but doesn't matter. He is above all of us.
Absolutely.
My dear brothers and sisters, you who have spared your precious time, come here to listen to my broken words and to give me the blessings of your beautiful, brave heart. I feel grateful. What shall I say to you concerning yoga? The word yoga is derived from the Sanskrit word yuj, which means to unite. Yoga is something which unites. Unites what with what? Unites the soul with the oversoul. We live here a life of separation. For some reason or the other, we have been separated from our source. Our source is God. We have been separated from God. And yoga is that which unites us with God. There are so many types of yoga. There is karma yoga, there is bhakti yoga, there is jnana yoga, there is prapatti yoga, there is nama yoga, there is Surta Shabda yoga. There are so many types of yoga. There is Hatha yoga, which is very popular. But the purpose of yoga is to unite us with God. there is what I call Sahaj Yoga, the easy way of yoga, which is open to each one of us. For the Sahaj Yoga, you don't need to do difficult things like pranayama and pratyahara and dharana and dhyana and samadhi. There is a Sahaj type of yoga which each one of us can practice. Each one of us can practice the presence of God. We are children of God. You are sons and daughters of God. And it is your heritage to be united to your loving parent. In our daily prayer, do we not say to God, Tvameva Mata, cha Pita Tvameva, you are our mother and you, our father, art. We are children of God. But our tragedy is that we have forgotten God. We have forgotten that God is our parent, loving parent. We should go to Him as often as we can. Wherever I go, I request my brothers and sisters to establish some relationship with God. For that, nothing special is needed. All you have to do is to close your eyes, shut out the world, call God by whatever name appeals to you, but call Him out of the very depths of your heart. Call Him with love and devotion, and here He is in front of you. You do not have to fix any appointment with Him. He is available all the 24 hours of the day and night. For Sahaj Yoga, you don't have to do anything more than this. What is very necessary is to practice silence. Preferably at the same time, preferably at the same place. You should go and sit in silence. Sitting in silence, you can pray, you can meditate, you can engage yourself in a loving conversation with God. You can do your spiritual thinking. But the silence, practice of daily silence is very necessary. Even as dust particles come and cling to our clothes, and we wash them with soap and water, even so there are particles of noise. They come and cling to our hearts and minds and souls. We need to wash them with silence. There is a river, a flowing river of silence. You have to take dips in this river again and again. As I said, this is very, very necessary. Every day, preferably at the same time, at the same place, it is your daily appointment with God. You must go and sit in silence. Prayer is not a difficult thing. It is not a complicated thing. It is like meeting a friend. Suppose a friend were to come to you. It would be so natural for you to discuss with him your plans and programs, your aspirations and achievements, and ask him to help you. Do likewise with God. He is the one friend of friends. When all other friends will fade away, this one friend will remain. Meditation too is not a difficult thing. There are easy ways of meditating. There is a meditation on breath. All you have to do is to close your eyes, concentrate on the breath that goes in, the breath that comes out. At this point, you should concentrate. When the breath goes in, all you have to do is to say in. When the breath comes out, all you have to do is to say out. You can say these words silently, or you can even count your breaths. You can sit in silence, pray, meditate, or you could go over all the things that you have said and done during the previous 24 hours. Beginning with now, go over the 24 hours and you will find that there are things that you have done which you should not have done, that there are things which you did not do which you should have done. They are known as acts of omission and commission. Ask for forgiveness and pray to God to give you wisdom and to give you the willpower not to repeat those things in future. But this practice of silence is very, very necessary. And I believe that you should also have some sort of relationship with God. Say to God, you are my father, I am your child, you are my mother, I am your daughter, you are my brother, I am your brother or sister. Establish some link of relationship with God. Make God real to yourself in daily life. This is Sahaj Yoga. If you want to grow in it, you must kill out all desire for prominence. You must walk the humble way. Sant Kabir says in one of his dohas, he says there are three things that you need to do. Mitho bolan, nehu chalan, hathon bhi kuch de. He says these are the three things that you must do. Speak sweetly, because remember, Krishna, or call him by whatever name you will, God is seated in the cave of your heart, in the cave of the heart of everyone. Shri Krishna says in the Gita, I am seated in the hearts of all. If I speak rudely to you, I am speaking rudely to Krishna. How can I do it? Therefore, the very first thing Sant Kabir says, you must speak sweetly. Speak sweetly and walk humbly. Nehu chalan. And the third thing that you need to do is to give something. Keep on giving. Keep on giving. Give a piece of cloth to a naked person. Give a little food to a hungry one. Give a water to a thirsty one. But keep on giving. And as you give, you must give a part of yourself, a part of your heart. Give it with all your heart, and it will be accepted by the Lord.
I am actually smiling with tears in my eyes. Life is so simple, so humble. And it's we humans who keep complicating simple perspectives. And I'm so glad we get to see this video to just get ourselves attached to our core before we begin the session. I also want to take this opportunity to thank all the people who joined us across all time zones today to be here for Mickey Mehta's session. And some, in fact, include ace yoga teachers from all across the world. Please give me a moment to welcome them and take their names.
Please.
I already apologize in advance if I make any mispronunciations through the way, but all my love and light to all of you. We have from New Delhi, S. Sumati, Doti Sethi, Komal Motwani. From Hyderabad, Miss Rathi Vijayan, Miss Uma Venkat Sai. Mumbai, Jaya Dharam Dasani, Abhishek Khurana. Navi Mumbai, Miss Swapnali Arun Tambe, Mr. Mahesh Kumbhar. From Pune, Sapna Garbare, Mansha Nanmani, Anna Chugani, Sachi Sabarwal. From Ahmedabad, Rutu Punjwani. From Bangalore, Ravi Kumar Mandal. From Chennai, Sumana Dugar. From Jakarta, Nikita Bharta. From Singapore, Laveen Nathani. From New Jersey, we have Balu Advani and Bimla Datwani. The list goes on, and if I've missed any of you, I still give you a very warm welcome, and I'm full of gratitude that you've chosen to join us today. Mickey sir, I think now it's time for you to take over the session and guide our viewers through how to get Mickey-mized.
Great. So, while Dadaji was talking, I said, I wish technology would enable us someday to reach out to the computer screen and grab the person who's speaking and hug the person. So,
I right now couldn't agree more.
So this is a sentiment I probably share with you all. And so endearing, and the childlike innocence, and it triggered a lot of humility in me and so much of love poured out. So there is always one thing I talk about yoga, that if yoga is about rhythm and flow, the dhara which flows out of you becomes Radha and comes back to you. So this is also one definition of yoga. Also, when Sadhuji Dadadi said, okay, when you're taking the breath in, you must say in, and out, you must say out, it meant nothing but to tell you that be aware of the in and the out breath each time, and even the feeling of its temperature and it touching your nose tips. That makes you aware of everything around as well. And do you guys know about one thing? Swara Yoga. Swara Yoga is a perfect science which has understood that why the left and the right nostril work in periods, 40 to 45 minutes each, alternately. And in the morning, the right nostril dominates because it is Surya Bhedi, and night, the left nostril dominates because it is Chandra Bhedi, and it wants you to cool down. Morning, it wants you to activate. So the serotonin has to be activated, stimulated. Endocrine has to be activated. Evening, melatonin has to be activated through your pineal. So the sleep-wake cycle, the circadian rhythm of the body is determined by Swara Yoga. But when you do actual yoga asanas, very naturally both your nostrils come into play. They breathe in together and they breathe out together. And that is the time both sides of your brains, they function together. The neural firing functions together. The synaptic connections grow together. And between two hemispheres of your brain, there is a very subtle connection which can only be seen by an absolute today's generation microscope, nano microscope, or it is called probably, I would say, quantum technology microscope. So they are called microtubulars and they fluctuate. And this fluctuation is available to you when you are in deep calm and deep silence. And with Swara Yoga, Swara se bane sur और स्वर और स्वर के साथ बने स्वर्ग. Okay? And very important, when yoga happens in sangat, जैसे आप, but you know the bridge builders, and let me tell you, the chakrasan is nothing but a building of the bridge between you and the universal cosmos. And in the chakrasan, the axis of chakrasan typically joins the bottom to the earth and top to the universe. And all the four aspects of your hands and legs together, they expand in four directions of the infinity, and your sacred geometry gets obliterated and unites with the cosmic geometry, and together it becomes a fractal design, a never-ending growth of connections and connectivity, visible, invisible, invincible, and non-local correlations. So today in the scientific parlance, I can explain spirituality to you. Acausal, non-local electromagnetic field of energy and information with self-referral cybernetic feedback loops. It still doesn't explain everything about spirituality. Okay, so now let's get into some yoga. Ready? Okay, great. Everyone sit into first straight Paschimottanasana position. I'm taking you a different route. Each time I start yoga, I start with some asana or the other. You have to be different every day. Only machines can be same every day. Humans have to be intelligent and creative, recreational every day. So, sit with your legs in the front, Paschimottanasana. Hands up, take a deep breath. Now breathe out all your ego, which divides you from the Paramatma, and touch your head to your knees and hands to your toes. And stay there. Very nice. All of you so nice. Again, breathe in and hands up. Now you will breathe in everything that you want, and as you breathe out, you will breathe out everything that you don't want. Okay, go down and touch your toes. Go down and touch your toes. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. One more time, breathe in and up, everything that you want. And breathe out, suck your tummy in tight, suck your Muladhara tight, and chin lock and go down. So a Mahabandh is happening here. Okay? So your Muladhara, your Udyan, that is your Swadhisthana, and your Jalandhar Bandh is happening here. It's amazing. Okay, now, just lie down, everybody, lie down, completely flat. Hands stretched. Now take a deep breath as you stretch your hands. And as you breathe out, come up and tight, hug yourself tight in Pavan Muktasana and squeeze your buttocks tight, squeeze your stomach tight and lock your chin. Hug yourself. Very nice. And breathe in and back. Open up and stretch. And breathe out and contract. So yoga is about stretch, contract. Stretch, contract in unison. Together. You are in oneness, wholeness, integration. Again, breathe in and out. So as you breathe in, fresh blood full of prana, oxygen, urja gets into your system. And as you breathe out and contract, hold yourself tight. All the toxic blood, the Udan Vayu comes out. The toxicity of the body flows out. Okay, relax. Now lie down flat on the ground. Now take both your legs up and take them up into Sarvangasana and become a flame, burning bright, superb. Ravi Kumar, exceptionally good. Sanjay ji, try again. Very nice. The lady, holistic yoga, very good. Very good, very good. Yoga Karta, very good. All of you, very nice, very nice. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Okay, now while this is up, shut your eyes and imagine you transcending the sky, teleporting completely and becoming one with your master, Dada Vaswani ji, with your spiritual guru, and relax. And after this, go in Halasan. Now go back in Halasan. Go back in Halasan.
Vicky sir,
Yeah.
would you be able to give any simplified terms instead of
Okay.
the asana names? Because of few of them are beginners and would not know
Sorry.
this probably.
Forgive
So
me.
I'm just requesting.
No, forgive me. So Halasan is becoming like a plow when you take both your legs behind and try and touch your toes to the ground. But touching the toes are not compulsory as far as you can go. Just bring your two legs up above the stomach and take them behind. Very good. I can see holistic yoga doing very well if you can follow her. Very nice. Now keep breathing out, keep letting go, keep letting go, keep letting go, keep breathing out. Yoga is about letting go. Yoga is about letting go. Don't focus on in-breath as much on your out-breath. So let go. And from that position, if you can get into Karnapidasana, wherein you get your knees to the ears, only if you can, don't injure yourself, where you become a small ball, you become one with your mind, body, spirit, and you lose your title of your name, gender, position in the society, and you just become a spirit, only aware that you're breathing, that you are and you simply are. I am. Tattvamasi. Aham Brahmasmi. Yathapinde Tatha Brahmande. And open up. Open up. Back, everybody back. Guys, would you like to try a Chakrasan, which is a bridge posture? The semicircle. The semicircle. Okay, let me see how many of you can do the semicircle. And just try. If you can't, just become a square table. Oh, amazing. This gentleman is so good. My God. He is so amazing. This lady, holistic yoga, very good. Ravi Kumar, very good. Very nice people. Very nice.
Pranay sir, can you please pin Ravi Kumar so everybody can see?
Spin Ravi Kumar.
Yoga? You know, that's just going to be nice reference for all the beginners to see what we mean.
Very nice. Ravi ji.
One of them.
रवि जी आपके नाम में ही रवि है, सूर्य है. Very nice. Holistic yoga lady, very nice. Superb. Okay, great. Come down. Everybody come down. Now, what you can do, now everybody knows Bhujangasana. So let me see all the frames in Bhujangasana, which is becoming a cobra, serpentine. So you must know when humans from their fours came on to their twos, their spine became straight and they become alert and their consciousness grew upwards. Now in Bhujangasana, the cobra is the most alert, the most reflexive, the most sharp and astute. So Bhujangasana makes us that. And when in Bhujangasana, when we put both our eyes into the center, into Shambhavi Mudra, when we get centered, when we roll our eyes into the center, you can look at me. You connect both your brains and you build a bridge between your empathetic, sympathetic, compassionate brain, creative brain with your analytical brain. And they function as one unit, like this. Very nice. Now everybody become a dhanur, bow. Bow asan, get into dhanur asan, bow. Dhanur, जैसे कि एक bow होता है, dhanur. बहुत अच्छे. बहुत, very nice, amazing. Now let me tell you a secret. The arrow is not responsible for you hitting the target. It is because of the bow, the arrow can align and arrow gets the impetus and the trajectory. So the bow is important in yoga, not the arrow. Which is why there is no asan for the arrow. It is the dhanur, your focus, your concentration, your lakshya, your determination. Absolutely. Your siddhi. Yeah, your sankalp, your siddhi, your sankalp, your shrishti. Okay, back. Everybody back. Now sit in Sukhasana, everybody. Now we have only 5 minutes to 6. So would you like to ask me any questions? Very challenging questions. And by the way, I think the 1 hour yoga workout with me is mailed to you. You can work out with me in the morning. You can play or whatever time you want to play. And you can work out with me and send your questions. I will answer. So whatever time you want to play that video throughout the day, you can play, or just distribute it like that to everybody. Both are good.
We have a request.
Please.
Everybody's loving the yoga asanas that you're making them do. So we would like to extend the time and we want a bit more of the asanas.
I'll tell you once again. See, I mean, I'm nothing before Sadhu Vaswani ji as mission and himself and his soul, and Krishna Kumari ji. I'm nothing. But at 6 o'clock, I'm lined up to pre-record for Republic. Then 6:30, I'm doing a live session for Adidas. Forgive me.
Not at all. We just wanted to make a request and see if we could have some extension, because everybody is so happy and they're so into yoga right now.
I'm so into you all. I'm engulfed and enveloped with your love. And I want to have a permanent relationship with bridge builders. I want to mentor bridge builders and making them life coaches now.
Oh, wow.
So that they can alleviate pain, mental, emotional pain, physical pain from this earth. And I want to serve the Vaswani mission completely gratis, and I want to devote my life for the children, the bridge builders. Let's start this community and let's do things regularly.
Absolutely. We let the bridge builders team know about what you have.
Please.
Connect with you separately and privately, and we'll see how we can take this further.
I'll come to Pune and meet you all. Like, are you from Pune? You live in Pune?
Yes. I'm also from Pune, and the bridge builders team who's organized this workshop is also Pune based.
So do one thing in the month of July, when things open up better, like by 10th July, just let's fix up a date and I'll come.
Definitely. We'll get in touch with you privately for that.
Yeah.
If the audience has any questions for
Please.
just raise your hand, unmute yourself, and then ask. If you need to speak to Mickey sir, please unmute your button on the Zoom app so that he can hear you.
Madam, you can ask me a question also if you want to. Ask me most challenging questions.
I really don't have a lot of questions for you, but I definitely want to encourage the audience at this point.
Yes.
Follow your Instagram page and
Please.
keep in touch with you and the different workshops you're doing, because that is really the true way of getting Mickey-mized. No question can answer what you actually do.
Absolutely. I want every person here connected with me now to become a future leader and champion. Remember one thing, that when you are mindful, the pieces of your mind come together to become one piece, P-I-C-E, to have peace, P-E-A-C-E. So don't be fragmented, don't be full in mind, be mindful only.
That's well said. Beautiful workshop and a lot of insight into yoga today that we have all achieved. It's started a journey of yoga for so many of us. It's almost like getting a gift on International Yoga Day. I take this opportunity to thank you, Mickey sir, for taking time out, reaching out to so many of us who are going to be on this journey for a very long time now, to all the people across the globe, to all the yoga teachers who have joined us from all across the world. It's a beautiful platform to have connected with all of you. And I'm also going to take this chance to tell you about our next workshop. If you've enjoyed this one, I can't tell you what is in store for you. Well, next weekend, we have another exciting session with celebrity health coach Mayuri Punjabi of My Eureka. She's from Hong Kong, and her approach is using food as a means to living well. She's a no-nonsense health coach on a mission to support you in your journey of self-discovery, which will be filled with your own Eureka moments. Get a taste of this journey on Sunday, June 28th at 5 p.m. We will be getting onto the Zoom call. We will, of course, go for Facebook Live. Today, for technical reasons, we are not live on Facebook, but on that day, the attempt will be made again. This event, which is coming up, will be moderated by Ms. Simone Kambata of Mama Says and Simply Simone. She's an ace mommy blogger, fashion designer, and YouTuber. She's a firecracker mom and a multitasker like no other. Stay tuned to know more about this session on the Facebook page of Bridge Builders. This is me, Dimple Somji, signing out. Thank you to all of you and loads of love and light.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.